Hi, I'm Peter Haddock and I'm here with one of my great industry friends, Merrill Lynch from Lynch Plant Hire, here at Highways UK. Merrill, I wanted to talk to you about something a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's not about what kit you bought or this, that and the other. What it is about we're here talking about sustainability, we're here talking about skills, and we're also here talking about how we can save money and get the program's times delivered. Now, there's a couple of great examples that I've seen Lynch working with recently. I'm going to say this straight off: airborne bathymetric LiDAR, which is one of the systems you used on a BAM job to repair a riverbank, where basically it looks into the water, and actually, or a similar system that from Hexagon did, looked into the water and enabled you to survey that without divers risking themselves.
That's it.
Then what happened to the program and what happened to the outcome of that project? It was significant, wasn't it?
It was really significant because they had an issue straight away about the safety aspect of sending divers underwater.
Yeah.
But more than that, there was an environmental impact from sending the divers underwater. So what was really remarkable was when we collaborated with BAM and spoke to them about this, we actually found that there was already some technology available that could help solve this problem. So it was quite remarkable the difference it made, because it meant that they could get the job done 6 weeks ahead of schedule.
Well, brilliant.
And in the process saving them $500,000 over the whole project.
£500,000
saving, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a huge wow. We're very proud of it. Especially for the customer.
Yeah.
So it was a huge impact, and it takes me back as well to a highways project we were on a few years ago now.
Yep.
So we were on this project for a good year, and we were having operators excessively idling on a consistent basis.
Yep.
So we went to see them, and we spoke to them, and we said, why are you idling excessively, repeatedly? And they said, well, look, it's simple. We need to keep warm.
Yeah, it's winter's coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And not only that, if we don't keep our machine switched on and the lights flashing, then the customer's unhappy, thinks we're not being productive.
Yeah.
So we took this information to the customer, and we said to them, what do you think about what you've just heard?
Yeah, the feedback.
Yeah, and they said, well, we don't really. That's not great feedback. Of course, we don't expect your drivers to leave a machine on, keep warm, and waste fuel. Trying to look like you're working. So they suggested to us putting up extra welfare facilities along the highway.
Right.
So when the machine's not working, they can turn it off. They can walk to the nice warm environment. They can get something to drink, something to eat even. And when they're needed back again, they can come back to site, carry on with their work. Again, a huge saving for the customer. 600,000 it saved them in 1 year.
600,000. And that includes putting in these extra welfare facilities, which I understood some of them were using sort of solar and really efficient energy themselves, so not the inefficiency of burning the diesel.
That's right.
And that, not just a saving in fuel though, is it? Because idling puts hours on the machine, which costs you even more money in maintenance just to tick over, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But we're really proud of what we helped our customer with, and it's behavioural change. And what I find remarkable about all the technology is there's a lot of futuristic stuff, but we can easily forget that there's things that we can do today.
The here and now, low-hanging
here and
fruit.
now. There's low-hanging fruit everywhere we look. Economic driving, it's there in front of us, and I think there's technology is there. Like the Leica system we just talked about. It's 10 years old, but it's been left undiscovered or not used in the right way to get the benefit. And I think there's a lot of uncovered treasure out there.
And I think what's really interesting is this uncovered treasure comes from people, and it's people and ideas. And what's really been exciting recently is how you've addressed and helped the industry, the wider industry, address and collaborate with what we call the eco training,
Yes.
and that eco approach. Now, you've worked with, you know, a rival as such as Flannery Plant Hire. You collaborated together with your training teams and your expertise just to bring in a new way of working for the industry.
Yeah.
Now, that's going to help everybody, isn't it? Because it's about training people not just how to use the equipment or how to use the Leica Geosystems 3D machine control. It's training how to use it as economically as possible, which helps everyone. Tell me a bit about how that came about and why you got involved in it with Flannery.
Yeah, so I think it's brilliant, really, the way the industry's going, the way that we're able to work with our competitors, the way that we're able to work with our customers, and it's really about, like you said earlier, sharing those ideas of best practice, and it's bigger than we are. This environmental issue that the world has is bigger than any one company, any one person. So that's why when it comes to environmental practices, safety practices, it's not about competition. It's about us all pulling together to come up with the best answer for the industry and the world. So yeah, we certainly look at the big picture, and yeah, very excited about seeing the impact that program makes with everyone in the country. I think it's going to be huge impact. Now, here and now.
The here and now, and this is really important. You're the first person I've talked to for a while that says, let's focus on the here and now.
Absolutely.
Right. And again, what you're doing with that, with the new accreditation for machine control at your training facility as well, allows you now, you've opened it up recently, not just for your own operators who get one-on-one training even when the technology is updated to the next version, but you also opened it up to the rest of the industry and your customers and beyond, haven't you? And that is again about taking best practice and facilities, the great training facility you've got, and saying, come and join us, on our journey. And investing in people helps to save money. Now, again, I was talking to you recently, is that why would you train people to a certain standard? And you said it pays back.
When you train people to a certain standard, you're always going to get more productive workforce. You're always going to get the job done quicker. But more than that, you want a happy workforce. You want a workforce that comes to work, that's driven and passionate and wants to build the next, construction project. Because it's an amazing industry we work in.
It is, and I think we're here today at Highways UK. Obviously, it's a highways piece, and one of the interesting facts is that your training facility is right next to the A14, and the A14 was a huge moment for you in using machine control, learning how it works, and delivering a project again before time and remarkably under budget. You've continued with machine control, but what has been the impact, the sort of percentage gains here and there that you've achieved?
So, when we use machine control, and it's been proven by the CAT piece of work out in their proving ground in Illinois, that with machine control you can get the job done 46% quicker, 38% less machine hours, and 34% less fuel. This is tried and tested and proved. But I think the obstacle is understanding how it works and applying that technology. That's really the barrier. But like with the A14, they did specify the use of machine control across the site, and it speaks for itself. They got the job done 9 months early. They saved thousands of acres of rainforest, and it's to date the one project that's really proved the machine control concept.
And its course has then been mandated by National Highways. We've seen it mandated on other job sites now. We're seeing people ask for it. It's become the norm, and that's really important when you get these big organisations like National Highways to mandate things. And I know, again, what's interesting is you're a part of the CAT community, the plant equipment community as well, where, again, it's this driving of solutions. And your tech meetups that you have, where you've got businesses coming into Lynch and showing that their wares to you are the latest thing. That's really important, because what you're able to do is make that connection, aren't you, from a new piece of kit or solution into a practical, how is it going to work on the job site?
Absolutely, and that's what it's all about. It's we can be theoretical, we can put lots of ideas together, but ultimately we need to get it out in the field, we need to test it, touch it, feel it, and get it out there on site working for everybody.
And this is where it comes really for me to wrap up on what is the most important part of our industry: safety.
Yes.
You know, last time I saw you at your training centre, you were looking at how to engage with Costain of the 812 with a safe to pass solution with Safety Shield.
Yeah.
You've now got so many pieces of equipment with 3D machine control on it that it becomes the norm. You've got your high reach, long reach excavators that allow you to do things and keep people safe. Safety is just absolutely critical, isn't it? And that journey is really accelerating now.
Yeah, it really is. So it's one of our 4 strategic pillars, safety first mindset. So whenever someone joins our company, it's part of the DNA that we look for in somebody. You know, they have to have that safety first mindset. And you know, it's driven by our customers. You know, they demand the highest, most safest equipment and operators, and that's what we're here to do, and we love doing it.
And you love doing it, and it's all about the environment and the impact you're doing, but also the fuel savings. And so there's one more thing, Merrill.
Right.
One more thing.
Right.
I've also noticed a little bit of electrification and a little bit of XE moments at Lynch, where you've actually bought some of the latest equipment, but are utilising it on the job site and getting the right equipment for the right applications. That's part of a roadmap and a journey, but that alternative fuel journey is started now, and it will continue, won't it?
It definitely will, and you know, we've got up to 8 tonne now with an electric Hitachi machine. It's out on site, it's working. The customer's happy. Of course, they have to plug it in every night. You know, but it's out there, it's working. The customer's satisfied. And on the alternative fuel side, HVO's doing a great job. We've got lots of customers that are making a 90% saving on carbon as a result. And I think hydrogen will be extremely interesting. It's all down to legislation with hydrogen. But we're getting close to beating that battle too.
And I was talking to National Highways earlier today, saying that they're looking at infrastructure and they're looking at hydrogen and how to make green hydrogen. No point in making fossil fuel driven hydrogen to reduce emissions, because it's just not going to be the case. So all of that stuff is coming down the line, but I'm really pleased today that it's always about the here and now, folks. It's always about what we're doing now. It's always about the people and how we're driving that behaviour. And it's about having the opportunity to get on site with the real equipment that can make it happen, and the technology that we're talking about as well. Cheers.
Absolutely. Cheers. Thanks, Peter.